Hello friends, it's Dean. This time I'd like to talk a little bit about some kind of holiday themed glass. I've always kind of snickered over the years as people have written about how to use your glass to decorate a certain holiday, or here we are and how I'm doing it. So let's get on with it, okay? There's so much wonderful glass that can be used any time of the year, and the holidays are no exception. We've kind of chosen shapes and things that specifically relate to winter themes and some to Christmas, not necessarily, but just holiday themes generally. We're in our home. This is not how it always looks on this particular display. We've drug out a few extra things. This is one of two of the original cabinets in our kitchen, about 1910. So let's talk about the Christmas trees first. These are made by Dalzell Viking, or were made by Dalzell Viking in New Martinsville, West Virginia. A little pressed piece, pressed upside down like this, hollow inside where the plunger came down. They come in a great variety of forms, great variety of colors. We have several of them across here. The Christmas trees or just trees, kind of suggest snow on the tree and a lot of wintry themes. So Fenton made this little form. It comes in other larger sizes, and for some reason we seem to only be able to find the smaller ones in slag or end of the day glass, whatever we wish to call it. Wonderful blue that of course I like blue a great deal, but these seem to be suggestive of snow on the branches. I think this is Persian blue from a later near the end of their time. And this little fellow is the one that we've made at Blinko most recently. Quick Blinko story. Well, when I got there 3.5 years ago, we didn't have a lot of holiday themed pieces in the line. And that very first winter, seeking to find something that was easy and quick to add to the line, I wanted a Christmas tree because I like them, or a tree at least. So this was carved in this kitchen. The original plaster model was, and the serrations on the branches, the boughs of the tree, are made with a steak knife right here, right in this kitchen. So it's kind of come back to rest with that one. But trees as a really popular holiday motif. While we're doing trees, we should mention this fellow, which I dearly love. Not easy to find. This is a 2-part candy, open like such, and it was made by Seneca in Morgantown, West Virginia. You can't tell by the color that this is a avocado, so 60s, very, very early 70s piece. Behind it is a wonderful Blinko Madonna and Child, which I think is a great decorative piece kind of that time of year. Can't not talk about painted glass, although I'm not a big painted glass fan. This would be a little fairy lamp from Fenton, dated 2007. More of a winter scene than holidays. Cardinal in the Snow, and the repeating theme of Cardinal in the Snow on a little bell from Brook Glass up in Wellsburg, West Virginia. We would be remiss if we didn't talk about cameo glass in this context. This is one of the very first pieces I purchased of cameo from Pilgrim Glass at the time in Cerrito, West Virginia. Kelsey Murphy and Bob Baumkamp, and their wonderful experiments. This is a really piece where you can see how the layers were not consistently thick. They were just learning to carve. All kinds of interesting, I won't say technical problems with this, but within a very short time, that evolved to where they got the thickness and the carving better. This is also a fairly early piece. Fairly early meaning 86, 7, 8, someplace along in that time frame. I love these pieces with the snowflakes on them. And then some of just Kelsey's carved work. This is a great red piece from Pilgrim with holiday, the sleigh bell, and holly, but not cased glass, just red glass and then carved to leave this scratchy surface, the matte surface. It would seem that a big part of holiday glass would have to be ornaments for hanging on the tree or otherwise. And we have two here, a matte urban ornament. There are a number of great studio glass artists across the country. Matt is in Indiana, I believe. One of his, and this is from Glass Eye Studio on the West Coast. And I think just a really nice little simple ornament. But you could have an entire collection of studio-made, artist-made ornaments if you chose. Blinko makes those as well as a number of stamped ornaments, and a couple other people do these as well. I like this one a great deal, the Wiseman leading the camel. I helped make this one. That sounds a little braggarty, and it is. At Blinko, and then they're punched and drilled for hanging. These designs were older designs we found in the factory, made probably for someone special. I don't know who that account might have been, but they were not a product in the line ever. And then the last piece we had to talk about in our holiday is one of my favorite decorations. It's called Snowy Holly. It was made here in Weston, West Virginia, this giant brandy snifter. It's a two-colored silk screen process, and they had a machine that kind of blew, quote-unquote, snow onto it, these random, very erratic, like thick globs of paint, very texture on the surface. There's a great deal of great holiday glass, great winter glass. I think it's terribly awesome this time of year to get it out and use it. I'm always a big advocate. Don't collect it, put it away. It was made to be used. Enjoy it, use it. Some of the things on this cabinet we would use often would be, this is a green Moondrops bowl from Martinsville Glass, a wonderful bowl. And these goblets are Seneca as well as the tree. About 1980, late 70s probably actually. So today is very random, but we want to encourage you to think about using your glass, enjoying it, making it a part of your life. It's wonderful to collect. It's great, though, to put it into your life, give it meaning, use it, get it out there, connect with it. Just practical, good stuff. We wish you, as your holiday season begins, a great holiday. And we'll be back soon to talk about some other specific forms or companies or shapes or colors. All right, we'll be back. Thank you, as always. Enjoy your glass.